Hello? Start broadcast. Yeah. We're broadcasting and live, so can I request everyone to get seated, please? There's a clicker. This one? We're going to start in a minute.
Now is the best time in human history to start a business. There are big problems that need to be solved, and they're not going to get solved unless entrepreneurs start working on them. I like to say dream big and die trying. We have a big vision to make the world a better place through entrepreneurship. We empower communities of talented and motivated people to launch impactful and enduring startups.
A lot of people who have startup ideas tend to keep it to themselves. You should tell absolutely everyone. Pitch it to as many people as possible. And you learn what pitches resonate. So you learn how to sell the product.
Made us do stuff, not just talk about an idea, but actually build customer base, build an advisory board, build a prototype.
We are all deeply technical people and basically did not understand how to package information and deliver it to investors. Founder Institute was a program where you could actually structure the information about your company in a way that investors like.
They can learn from my mistakes, learn from my experiences, and more important, they can learn how to manage the challenges that they're going to inevitably face as founders. It gives them the skills and confidence they need to get that investor's attention and to move that conversation forward.
There's this narrative that people have an idea, they hide it from the world, then they only reveal their idea to the world when it's perfect. But that's not how great companies are built. Great companies are built through teamwork, through having a support network of people to help you throughout the entire process. Everybody in every Founder Institute cohort shares equity evenly with all of the companies that are created in each program. So you don't have to do it alone. Everybody's incentivized to help you because everybody shares a little bit of your equity.
It's about getting the right folks around you to kind of vet your ideas and really understand, does this make sense? Do I understand the customer? Am I delivering value?
Once you graduate from the Founder Institute, you're not done. You go into our postgraduate programs, which provide you with even more feedback and mentorship and allow you to get to the next milestones for your company.
As a result, your fundraising process is much faster and significantly less overwhelming. Founder Institute is essentially going to be with the founder, supporting the founder for the rest of their company's life.
When you are running a startup, you need direct and brutal feedback. It points out to the real issues that you need to address.
So it's not actually easy to go through it, but if you do the wrong things in actual startup, nobody's going to tell you that. You'll just fail without knowing why.
We're very honest with you. We are hard on you and your idea, but it's all for the sake of helping you build the best company possible.
It's not theory. These aren't case studies. You're not learning about entrepreneurship. These are hardcore business building activities that every great entrepreneur has had to achieve and go through, and we've created a structured approach to optimize it.
We've assembled some of the greatest minds in your city to help you unlock your potential. So join our program and let us build a great company together.
Thank you very much for patiently listening. Welcome to Founder Institute, United Arab Emirates. We started our journey not very long ago before COVID hit, so June. And then here we are to celebrate our founder success. A quick rundown on our agenda today. Before that, I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Samir Surtur, Director at Founder Institute. And I have a fantastic team joining me on stage very soon. So we've already kickstarted the event. We'll have keynotes by Dubai Future Foundation, and thanks Maha for being so supportive as always. And we'll have a very special guest from HQ. We'll have a mentor panel introduction for 10 minutes, and then we'll immediately start founder pitches. Founder pitches will be recorded pitches, 5-minute each, with live mentor Q&A. We'll take a very small break, and then we'll follow up with the remaining pitches, and we'll close out the event, and then we'll leave some time for networking. So as you've just seen the video, there is no shortage of problems. There is who's going to take the responsibility to build on those problems. And being at the very early stage where you have someone to bounce your ideas, we step in. Founder Institute steps in. Founder Institute started very, very early in 2009. You'll see a great journey of Founder Institute and how over the period of this time, they have expanded into very many cities, 200 plus cities and growing. And the last count was 90 countries, 200 plus cities. That's where we are as Founder Institute. And we launched the UAE chapter on 1st of June. We started our first program on the 1st of September. And here we are again to celebrate with our founders, the Founder Institute graduation day. Founder Institute, just some statistics here. It's the world's largest pre-seed accelerator. Creates about 800 to 1,000 incorporated companies each year. And they work with accelerators, incubators, and angel and VC networks around the world to help each founder succeed. So you will see they have graduated, in the last 11 years, graduated about 5,000 companies, which is incredible. Most of you here are mentors, have been closely associated with Founder Institute for the last 4 or 5 months. And we have similar people like yourselves who've closely associated, 18,000 of them around the world, who are helping pre-seed entrepreneurship succeed. The mission of Founder Institute is actually to work with very talented and motivated entrepreneurs and build successful companies. And we're focusing on building sustainable, impactful technology companies. And we are here to support your journey. Just a quick overview on the program. It's a 14-week, step-by-step deliverable focused program with an incorporation mandate. During the program, you need to incorporate a company. We are very fortunate to have associated and incorporated the best practices of Silicon Valley with work ethics to deliver results in a fixed time. And some of the founders might be laughing at this, but yes. It also enables the early stage founders, pre-seed founders to get traction, and as they grow, they can get funding through a global support network, and I'll come to that a little bit more. The most interesting value proposition of Founder Institute is something called as the equity collective, wherein you as a mentor, you as a founder contribute whatever, we take, we create an equity collective agreement, and we contribute those proceeds back into the startup ecosystem. That's very unique to any pre-seed accelerator program. And you can learn more about that on our website, fi.co. Our methodology is very accessible. We have programs running in the evening. So we had 40–50% off employed executives trying to pilot their idea with us. It's very structured. We have many local mentors and some of the global mentors coming and joining our program as well to help support the growth of the startup. And being very structured and curriculum oriented, we help you imbibe the global best practices and become a truly international company from local to global. Some of the value propositions which I would like to list is, as a startup founder, you become an investor-ready holding corp. You structure that, and then you, at the end of the program, you come up with an investment-worthy deck so that you can find investors, and we help you roll out your product and help you with significant customer development activities during the course of the program. So a lot is delivered in a short time, and you'll see some of the portfolio companies. These are global portfolio companies, Udemy, Realty, Mogul, Travelcar, who have really went through the Founder Institute program and have become a global success. We support the founder. This is our commitment. We support the founder at every step in the process. And graduation is not your final day. Graduation is your starting step towards building a successful, impactful company. So we really want you to know that we are here with you long term, right? So as you go from your company, we take you to the Founder Lab, which are advisory sessions for you to be matched with Silicon Valley, and then helping you. If you go on various, from 3 to 36 months time frame, we help you get into advanced stages of funding lab, as well as we continue to support via the alumni network to access the world's largest network of founders, mentors, and investors. A very interesting concept launched in 2016, 2017 was the Female Founder Initiative, where to cater to specific women empowerment initiatives and also comply to SDG sustainable goals, Founder Institute launched by Rachel Shepard, the marketing manager of Founder Institute, a very interesting initiative called the Female Founder Initiative, and we've seen tremendous success and impact by launching this program. Meet three of us. Sandhya and Karan also supported us strongly in the growth of this journey, without which we would not have been here. So thank you very much. Just a rundown on the applications. So we started, as 17th of June was our starting date when we actually rolled out the Founder Institute program in the UAE. We had a lot of interest, a lot of marketing, and we started with 1,500 applications. Through the scientific approach, the filtered applications came to 354. We had enrolled founders, 31 enrolled founders, and then finally today we have 7 graduates, and we have 1 special graduate joining from Saudi Arabia, from Founder Institute Jeddah. Yeah, with this, I thank you very much for being patient and for the introduction. I now hand it over to Karan. Welcome, Karan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Karan, Director of Founder Institute, and thank you all for coming. It's been a journey. It's been a 3-month program, but for us, it's been nearly 12 months. Founder Institute states it's really tough for the founders. I think they forgot to mention how tough it is for the directors as well. The number of hours we spent, the number of people we've met, and most importantly, the founders we've all had conversations with. It's really inspiring for us, as we hope to be as inspiring for our founders. Tonight is for our founders, to showcase the journey, to showcase the success, and to showcase where to the moon and beyond they're going to reach after today. Right, before I even start today, I'd like to, for all of us to give a hand to all the founders who've given their blood, sweat, and tears for all of this. I'm not going to take much of your time because I said today's for the founders. But before we start, two quick keynotes from two very special people. The first one has set up and run multiple companies, more than 9. He's created $2 billion of value for himself and for all the corporations that he's worked with. He has been he has been a board member for X Prize Foundation. He, like me, has a great taste in hairstyles. May I like to introduce the founder and CEO of Founder Institute, Edio Ressi. Over to you, Edio.
Hey everybody, can you see me okay? Can you hear me? Great. I'm really excited to be here at your graduation, at least virtually. We're here in Silicon Valley, and as you know, there's a lot of drama in the world related to the pandemic and everything else. And that's why today we need entrepreneurship more than ever in history, because it's the people who are graduating tonight, the people in the audience who are thinking of starting a company, and others around the world on a similar journey that are going to help humanity to really become and realize our potential, which is much greater than we're seeing around us today. We have all sorts of issues, challenges, and opportunities, and it is clear that governments, that corporations, and that nonprofits and the like are not able and ready to solve those challenges, to address those opportunities, and to make the world a more beautiful place. So it's left up now to the entrepreneurs, and we're ready. I think everyone here is ready to innovate. Everyone here is ready to do new things, and everyone here is ready to take humanity on a positive journey. So I want to give you a few thoughts and then turn it over to the graduates. And before I do, I just want to say thank you to the leaders for doing an amazing job and caring so much. Thank you for the mentors who took time out of their busy schedules to help the next generation of entrepreneurs. And thank you to the companies that made it through the program. I know it's hard, and I know that you've made many sacrifices to be here today. And the reality is that entrepreneurship is hard. That's why the Founder Institute exists. You're going out and doing something that is instinctively difficult. You're taking a concept that you have in your mind and you're turning it into a business that operates in the world. And, this isn't a flower shop or a bakery where, most of the things that you need to do are known. In many cases, you're starting a company where almost everything that you need to do is unknown. And on top of which, the things that you need to do that are known are quite complicated. So we built the program to at least make some of the difficult journey easier by taking you through those complicated steps of getting started so that there's less uncertainty, less challenges when you're first setting up the core pieces of your business. But I assure you there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of challenges to come. And I encourage you to go after them and face them head on with a passion and an excitement to really make the world a better place. There is no problem that you can't solve. There is no opportunity that you can't tackle. And there's going to be times when you spend tons of effort and make a lot of headway, but what you're working on will fail. And that's okay. It happens. In fact, I would argue that that's an opportunity for you to learn and then do better and take feedback and understand, wow, I made a mistake here, or this didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? How can I improve? And let me go again and see if I can make it work this time. And this is going to happen inevitably a few times in your entrepreneurial career, and certainly numerous times over the next few months. Okay? So be prepared to learn. Be prepared to face some setbacks and not have things go the way that you want, and be prepared to restart, refactor, and do it again. It is part of the journey. It is okay, and you will eventually get it right and succeed. And if you look at some of the largest companies that have been started by the Founder Institute, whether it be Udemy or any of the other companies mentioned, or any of the other companies anywhere in the world, they like you, have made mistakes at the beginning of their journey. They learned from those mistakes, corrected them, and then became very large. Don't let it discourage you, right? What you're doing is very hard. What you're building is important, and you'll learn how to tackle the challenges and address the opportunities and eventually get what I call magic. And magic is when you've learned how to tackle challenges and opportunities in a way that feels very seamless. So at the Founder Institute, as an example, at the beginning of 2020, we saw a pandemic starting in China. And the Chinese were not saying many things, but we could see from our operations in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Seoul, and Singapore that there was a fairly serious thing spreading outside of China and affecting these markets. This led us to, in February of 2020, completely stop all in-person sessions around the world. And it's been a big journey as an organization over the course of 2020 to change things that we had mastered over a decade. And it went seamlessly, and we ended up being one of the largest event organizers in the world in 2019, and certainly the largest event organizer in a number of categories, to the largest event organizer in 2020 on every metric. So that transition felt magical. It wasn't easy. It was a lot of work, and there'll be times when there's a lot of work for you as well. But as you start to learn to address the challenges and tackle the opportunities before you and figure out that cadence, everything you do will seem magical, and you will have a very positive and beautiful effect on the world. So we're here to support you through the journey. Congratulations on getting here tonight. My whole team in Silicon Valley and around the world is rooting for you to succeed. And if you ever need help, and we can try to help, we will help. We're there to see you succeed and overcome the challenges, address the opportunities, and build a company that we can all be proud of. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for that idea. Like you said, it's a community. It's a global community. And I think for an inaugural cohort of ours, the reason why it's achieved such a good traction is because of that global support. It's taken 10 to 11 years of Founder Institute knowing what works and giving the right resources and support to the directors and to the founders. So thanks, Adio. Our next speaker.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker has been an integral part in the economy of Dubai from being part of the executive leadership from Dubai Retail, Dubai Economy, and now a key member in the team bringing the future to Dubai today. I would like to introduce Saeed Al Falasi, the Executive Director of Future Design and Acceleration at Dubai Future Foundation. Welcome, Saeed.
Welcome and good evening. Before I start, I just want to get a thumbs up that you can hear me just fine. Okay, great. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Dubai Future Foundation and the Founder Institute, I'm pleased and extremely excited to welcome you to the Founder Showcase, run in collaboration with Area 2071. I'd like to express my appreciation to Adia Rossi, CEO of Founder Institute, for making this event possible. Also, I'd like to thank the mentors for offering and sharing their valuable expertise. And definitely, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our entrepreneurs and innovators. Last but not least, we have this event is made possible by the team at Area 2071 under the leadership of Mahal Mizena to make it happen. Amazing work already. So why Dubai? Dubai has been accelerating its transition to a knowledge-based economy and really to cement its position as a home to thriving startup scenes, fostered by Dubai Future Foundation New Economy Focus initiatives. We're delighted to host one of the leading global startup accelerator programs for the first time in the region at Area 2071, which is Dubai's innovation ecosystem. Dubai's location at the crossroad between East and West, coupled with its enabling business environment and legislative framework, advanced structures, and efficient support system for startups, makes it really an ideal destination to host the Founder Showcase. Furthermore, UAE leads the Arab world in the World Bank's in doing business in 2020, and it's being ranked 16th globally. Such an amazing feat for us in the Middle East. Dubai has always been a magnet for visionaries who can really power the new economy with their out-of-the-box ideas through attracting the world's best entrepreneurs, startups, and innovators. We're gaining momentum in our drive towards becoming a global hub for future technologies, in line with the national agenda of UAE and our vision for 2021. Dubai's Future Foundation is proud to partner with the Founder Institute to bring this prestige event to the Middle East for the first time. We share the Institute's belief, like Mr. Risa just addressed us, to believe that supporting entrepreneurs is one of the most effective ways to boost the economy. This approach aligns with our aim of really helping the entrepreneur's spirit and building an innovative startup ecosystem that can provide solutions to key industry challenges as we fuel the economy development through homegrown initiatives. In closing, I would like to say that I am proud to see all the founders today, the bright minds passionate about building a better future through innovation, a driving force for economic growth, and I encourage you to really step up to the plate and seize this opportunity that will come your way. Starting with this one, we think we can inspire you to follow your dreams, overcome challenges. And we heard how many times you can fall, but you can always stand up. We're quite certain that you will overcome your challenges and take risks. We look forward to helping you translate your creative ideas into really market-ready projects. I wish all the founders a successful participation in the accelerated programs and a pleasant stay in Dubai as well. I'm confident that the knowledge, experience, and the contacts you gain here will bring you a whole lot closer to realizing your ambitions. I really look forward to following your journey to success in the coming years. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for that, Saeed. I think what Saeed said was amazing. What DFF has done is created an ecosystem out of, which is very difficult to do. Changing mindsets, bringing people, getting people to do together, to work together is difficult. So whereas we had one speaker from Silicon Valley, another one from Dubai, both with similar visions. And as the next, so thank you for that, Saeed. The next speaker has been one of our first and strongest partners. She was even mentioned by Saeed, who has made everything happen today. So Mahal Mazina, could you please come on stage to say a few words? So thank you so much for having us here, Maha. Maha is the head of Area 2071 and has been one of the strongest supporters of Founder Institute UAE since we started. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Karan. I would like to first say welcome to Area 2071, and we're more than delighted to basically host this hybrid event here. Good afternoon to those who are in Dubai, and good morning to those who are in the other parts of the world who's joining us here today. Um, I think Saeed, as well as Adio, has mentioned a lot of things, really the nuggets that you should hold tight on and take it throughout your journey. So I'll keep that as it is. But one thing that I really want to say is that I want to, as Adio mentioned, entrepreneurship is really hard. We all know that. But I want to salute you for taking this hardship, especially during these hard times. Things are really uncertain, but you were able to persevere and you were able to take it to the next step. So believe in the journey that you're about to be inbound in, and believe in the journey that you'll be able to take it even further. You've been through the hardest time, and everything else that's going to come afterwards is going to come into place. So lastly, I would like to congratulate you on reaching to this level. And as they have mentioned, this is just the start. This is not the end. And best of luck with your next endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maha. Now we move on to the Founder Showcase. And I'm pleased to introduce our mentors for today. Our mentors are again strong supporters from day one. They have helped guide and push our founders from the very beginning, from their informative sessions to their in-depth office hours. And today they get to see the final progress and, where else can they push them up from. We have a total of 4. It's not an error, or one of our mentors is joining virtually. So hi, Padmini, how are you doing? Can I please ask each mentor to come up and just introduce themselves for a minute? I'd like to welcome Dr. Mazdak Rafidi, Director of LIC Consulting, plus many more, plus some secret stuff he can't tell us about. Please welcome Dr. Mazdak.
Thank you very much. This is indeed a very, very interesting event, and I'm very happy to see all the faces that I've been actually asking for such a long time. Yeah, I do indeed have a lot of hats on. The most important one today is being the mentor. I supported SMEs mainly to come into the region. That's been my profession for the last 16 years. I'm an FDI expert and I write for the FDI magazine of Financial Times, covering the region and Africa. It's been very, very interesting to interact with each one of you. Most of the companies that are present here, I had a pleasure to meet one-on-one. I learned a lot, I have to say. I think that's one of the pleasures of being a mentor. Not only exchanging experience, but really learning, deep learning in all those concepts and ideas that the founders bring with them. And I'm very, very happy to be here and very excited for the next steps here.
Thank you so much, Mazdak. Our next mentor for today, of course. Our next mentor for today, can I please introduce Gordon Sutty? He's the Director of Advisory at EY and the Director of Coaching at MBRIF. Please welcome Gordon.
Hi, everybody. Just looking at my photograph there, I noticed the lockdown has really done something. No, it's really good to be here tonight. Really excited to be here. As probably most of you know, with MBRF, we do an amazing job with 40 different startups as a program that's run in this building as well in the Wave space that you've passed just as you came in here tonight. And it's great to kind of also work with Founders Institute, and it's a very different type of founder that we work with when we're engaged here. And it's just been so exciting to kind of see the journey and the changes and everything that's been happening as we've done this. So yeah, we talked about it before around the change to working virtually. it's given a whole bunch of different challenges, but it's been really exciting to see how everybody can adapt so quickly, and the entrepreneurial spirit is in everybody as they do that. And now as we're coming back and using these wonderful spaces again, it's exciting to meet everybody that, you realize how many relationships and friends and people that you've met only on a virtual basis. How exciting is it to kind of get to meet everybody again? So really great to be here tonight. I'm looking forward to hearing the pitches. Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon. Our next mentor for today, can I please introduce Karim Hilal, co-founder and CEO of ProTenders, who's been here, who's a veteran of the industry here.
Hi, everybody. So yeah, my name is Karim, and I'm one of the founders here, one of the founders and mentors. The reason why I'm helping, and I want to help more, and even after today, is because when I started my journey about 10 years ago, there was literally no mentors. There was no talk about startups. It was very unsexy to be an entrepreneur. Everybody was going for government jobs and for stuff. And so we've actually done every single mistake in the book. I mean, I remember when we started the company, we were sure that in a couple of years we'd be billionaires and we'd be on a boat somewhere. And 10 years after, we're still struggling to make it through. So it's a very hard journey, like we were saying before. It's a very hard journey. It's going to be a very long journey, but it's a very rewarding one because you get to build something from the ground up and you get to really see your dreams become true. And there's nothing really more important than this for entrepreneurs. If you don't scratch that itch, you'll always regret it, right? So it's something which is important to do, and having mentors around you, I think, is one of the most important factors of success or failure. So very happy to be part of FI. Feel free to reach out today, tomorrow, whenever you want for any more questions, help, talk, coffee, or if you're gonna cry because you're feeling miserable, it's part of the journey also. Feel free to do it. Thank you.
Thanks, Karim. And our last but not the least mentor for today, Padmini Gupta, the co-founder and CEO of two fintech companies, Rise and, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Share or Zare, which is bringing banking solutions to millions of people around the world. Hi, Padmini.
Hi. Well, it's lovely to meet you all. And I'm an entrepreneur for a couple of years now in the fintech space. And I know that this journey has been challenging, difficult, and the best one I've ever taken. And so as you get started your entrepreneurship journey, I know that you'll experience the same thing. There's times that it's the best day and there are times that's worst day, but all in all, you're actually building something. You're not watching someone else build it, and it will be the best experience you have. I started out a couple of years ago finding a problem that I was really passionate to solve, which was to provide financial services to the masses. And so I am working on Rise, which is democratizing access to financial services for migrants. In that journey, during this last year, I realized, well, you know what? Why does money have to be held in the form of cash? Oh, we always knew this. But more and more during COVID, we realized, well, it doesn't, it needs to be digitized. And that's why I started my second fintech, which is Share, which you correctly pronounced. And I think that this journey of entrepreneurship is one which builds on each other. So feel like you learn lessons and you will succeed, whether you succeed or fail in this initial journey. So good luck to everyone that's part of the cohort. I look forward to working with all of you, and feel free to reach out.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, Padmini. One thing I usually do at the start of events, and I forgot, is I take a selfie with everyone. This is the best opportunity to take a selfie. This room is huge. I'm going to take a video. On the count of 3, I'm going to start the video. Could we all say, yeah, or whatever you want to say? 3, 2, 1. Where was the energy? Could we try that once more? It's not even 8 p.m. Come on. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Yay! Thank you so much. Now, on to our founders And for that, I'd like to please welcome Sandhya Prakash.
Thank you, Karan. You know, we have forgotten how we meet each other. So it's very understandable when we don't automatically clap, because we don't do that on Zoom either, right? So welcome, everybody. It's a pleasure to come to the culmination and the last celebration, I should say, of the founders. It gives me great pleasure to be having worked with Samir and Karan over the last almost 6 months now. We started in June, and it's been a great journey, but nothing without the energy of the founders. So now that we're sitting in this room, can we just do something to just energize ourselves before these guys' videos? That'll be great, yeah? So all legs, all of you put your legs up. I'm just doing it on the fly, yeah? So I'm going, yeah, just do that, yeah. Nicely. Yes, some energizing. And now click your fingers. Put those phones down and just click your fingers and do this, both. Come on. Now hands up. Yeah, and a deep breath and down. Thank you for being a sport. Thank you for being a sport. As an entrepreneur in this region for almost 25 years, and by accident, because I came into Saudi Arabia, and in 1993, one could do nothing but start your own company there unless you were a nurse or a teacher, which I wasn't qualified for either. But from that day to today, each and every, I wouldn't say company, but I would say the founder, the energy of the founder is what makes a company. The intent of the founder, the intensity of the desire to form or solve a problem is what makes the company. And of late, there are across the world, people are wanting to come on their own. And so fantastic, but now we need a community. So when we started Founder Institute in the UAE, we wanted to build this community, an ecosystem that would support the founders to grow and develop. And we hope that this is the beginning of many, many cohorts. Thank you very much, Area 2071 and Maha, for having the first in-person event of even Founder Institute here in UAE. Okay, without much further ado, let's see what we have today. Okay, we have Sash. Sash, can you stand up on your place? Because we're going to put you in a spot as I introduce you. Just turn around and then we'll have you here. So Sash is the founder of Blue Brain. He's in the field of education and entertainment, and Blue Brain helps everyday professionals earn income online through course sales. Blue Brain is an accelerator, a concierge platform, and helps professionals build, host, and launch world-changing information businesses online. So Sash, thank you. We'll have you here very soon. I have the 3 mentors plus Padmini online. And what we'll do is the format is such. We'll have a 5-minute pre-prepared video, which will introduce the founder's company, followed by a Q&A and feedback session with the founder coming up on stage. Yeah, you'll get to you, but you're the first one on the spot. So everybody else will learn from you, Sash. Let's go for it.
Hi, I'm Sash, and I'm a teacher, content creator, and founder of Blue Brain. For new creators trying to sell information online, like courses, there are 2 major problems that exist, regardless of the platform they use: content creation and sales. Blue Brain is an accelerator and concierge service for professionals who want to build and sell courses online to generate a side income. Unlike other platforms, we provide the production services to create your courses professionally, the platform to host your course, and the tools and training you need to sell your course. A truly tailor-made solution for every creator who comes through our doors. Since launch in 2019, we've grown by 5.4% every month and are now at 1,600 users, some of whom have sold more than $3,500 in the last 30 days using our system. Bluebrain makes money through one-time service fees, hosting fees, and commissions. Our ideal customers at this stage are financial advisors and wealth coaches aged 30 to 60. It's our mission to reach up to 2 million professionals in this demographic over the next 12 months. At a conversion rate of 0.5%, projection revenue is $9 million. Customer lifetime value, $2,779 on a 2-year retention. Let me take you on the inside of Bluebrain so you can see the journey a creator experiences. The first touch point is when a creator either enrolls in our freemium service or on one of our training webinars. We then book a one-on-one call with the creator to really get to understand his or her goals and needs and create a truly service-based solution tailored for them. The creator is then given an opportunity to enroll in our bootcamp, which provides step-by-step training for every step of their creator journey. From inside the dashboard, the creator has the ability to map out their entire funnel and measure potential success before going through the process of building anything. Once they're confident about what they can create and have mapped out their go-to-market strategy, it's time to build the offer. This is done from just a single page on their dashboard. Once they hit publish, all their sales pages and payment processing systems are automatically generated. They never have to manage design or technical aspects. They get to focus on what really matters, which is teaching their knowledge. Creators who are familiar with production can record, upload, and publish their own materials directly to the platform. For creators who need professional help, they have the opportunity to either send us their creatives to edit or book studio time with us to produce their entire product. Once the product is live, we interview the creator and publish their interview across all our channels as a traffic entry point into their funnel. By following our bootcamp training, the creator gets to build and engage his or her own audience. As a creator's audience grows, Bluebrain also grows. Here's what one of our newest customers said.
I've been using Bluebrain for only a few months now, and so far my experience has been quite good. I've been wanting to do an online course for a while. I've been running online seminars for women for nearly 2 years now, and I wanted to put some structure together and have an option for them to have a course that they can watch on their own. And so for the past couple of months, I've been putting everything online with some amazing support from Sash and his team. I want to focus on my course content. I don't want the stress of dealing with the back end, and Sash and his team have been an amazing support in that process. Bluebrain is a holistic service, and I can say I am very satisfied, and they take any feedback that I provide and they use it to upgrade the system. And they use it to amend anything that they feel like would be beneficial, not just for me, but to all the other users. So I really appreciate the time, the commitment, and the one-on-one service that I do get from Bluebrain.
As an investor, this is the perfect opportunity to be part of an e-learning system that truly makes a difference for creators. Because if creators win, more students around the world get access to meaningful, real-life financial education. Because a lot of what we do is service-based, we're looking for a strategic B2B2C partnership from an investor who can provide hands-on support on a weekly basis to help us serve more people. We're Bluebrain, and we create access to meaningful education internationally and break the barriers of financial limitation.
Well done, Sash. Let me give you this mic, and then the mentors can ask. If you can just come in here.
Great pitch, very interesting. Question that I have for you is, do you focus on a specific sector or type of content, or is it across the board? And how do you make sure to sell or to maximize the revenue for each content provider or each content creator?
Thanks so much for the question. Really appreciate it. Yes, we focus exclusively on the financial sector for now, specifically financial advisors who want to create training programs and sell them online.
And is that because you have experience in it, or because you have a way to reach a lot of people that want to buy this kind of content?
Absolutely. So the growth plan over the next 12 months is 2 million people into our funnel. So again, 0.5% of that gives us an estimate of about 10,000 people over the next 12 months at about $9 million in revenue. Sure, sorry.
Yeah, so thanks for the presentation, really good. My question was specifically on that point that you just raised. You say you have about 1,000 users in the video, and then the target is for 2 million in 12 months, but your current growth rate is 5%. So I was wondering, what are the growth hacks or the things that you're doing that are going to bridge that gap so you can be on track to reach that target?
Absolutely. So the traction that we've achieved so far is primarily through organic content marketing. So it's mostly like YouTube videos, that sort of thing. The next season, over the next 12 months, is going to be specifically data mining the contacts and putting them into a funnel that helps us get to those numbers. So they'll attend a webinar, we'll make them a sales pitch, and then those who convert become our users, our paying users.
Okay, and have you started that process yet? So you've actually got any data that's showing that that's actually going to work and achieve that?
Yeah, so we've already done 100,000 emails, and we've started currently converting at about 3.5%, 3.4% on our webinar, hoping to get that up to 5%, so you can see that growth over the next 12 months. But yes, already 100,000 emails so far.
Okay, and then the other side of that coin is, if you're going to have 2 million users in 12 months and you're helping them like you helped the customer that was shown in the video with the full service, how are you going to be able to scale providing physical services, not just the platform? Because I think most of your competition are platform-only plays. They're SaaS providers of learning platforms. You're providing a wraparound service, which is requiring content creators. How do you scale that?
Yeah. Currently, what we're doing that's really helping us is leveraging freelance talent already on existing networks like Fiverr and that sort of thing. So what we do is we outsource, we give our specifications to the service provider freelancers, and they help generate that content for us. We take a cut off that and then produce the client the content. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's always the worst to be the third, right? Or at the end, there's lots of questions already gone. No, the scalability was obviously one of my concerns, because yes, you give a lot of services, even if you have to coordinate what you just mentioned, I think it's going to use a lot of resources at that pace. What's your strategy for that? Only like outsourcing?
No, obviously, you know, as we generate more revenue, we'd like to build a bigger team to handle that and maintain the quality. That's very important for our clients. But
don't you think that your financials then need to be adjusted accordingly?
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that's going to use much more resources to provide the high quality of services of that path. It's one element that strikes out. The second one is, which markets are you concentrating on?
Yeah, so currently we're focusing on this region, the UAE financial sector. However, a lot of our traction is also coming from the United States and Canada. And so that's our next target. So after we focus on just this region, we'll then move to the United States and Canada, since about 20% of our user base is already coming from there. So we'll focus on that next.
But that's also where the most competition is, I assume. The advantage that you would have here is a cultural one. Do you have any strategy for language diversification?
We're working on it.
Okay, let me rephrase again. What's the percentage of Arabic-speaking clients among the users that you have at the moment?
About 80%.
80%? How many content have you created in Arabic?
All our content is primarily in English.
Okay.
But about 80% of them are actually Emiratis that
Yes.
are using our content, our platform, based on the instructors that are on there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of starting with a niche and then growing. I think the language would be a big part of that. Just
Thank you.
as
That's
a
a
note.
great suggestion.
Padmini, do you have any question for Sash?
Yeah, I think, I mean, my biggest question, and I think the question right before me that was asked was brilliant. My biggest question is, why do you want a partnership with a B2B2C company?
Yeah, absolutely. We think that this is a really great opportunity to help educate people already in the financial sector to upgrade and upskill themselves. And so our content creators, our trainers, the people who are using our platform to sell their services, we really want to provide them with an additional form of revenue, additional market. So one of the reasons why we're really interested in the B2B2C partnership is so that we can leverage that channel for our existing creators.
So you would use it to sell products, or would you continue to be a learning platform?
I think from all my experience as an entrepreneur, anything is possible. And so we're definitely open to adapting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Big round of applause for Sash, please. 4 months of effort, and he's been a great team player. So on a personal level, take it away, Sash. That was your moment of glory after all the effort before. I think 2020 has been good this way. Yeah. Fantastic. Let's move on. And a quick housekeeping for the mentors. From the next time, we'll have 2 mentors per, so that we can get through the day, or 1 question from each of you, if that's okay. Yeah. Okay, let's have the next founder, Joseph Daramola. Can we please have you there? So Gigi Coin, he's in the space of enterprise software and security. And Gigi Coin is a job connections platform, payments, neobanking, unemployment solution, and banking the unbanked. COVID-19 identifier on the user profile as well. So let's watch what Joseph has created in the last 4 months.
Hi, good morning. I am Joseph Daramola, the founder and chief architect of the Gig Economy platform. The Gig Economy platform is a job connecting payment and new banking and employment solution, banking the unbanked, a COVID-19 identifier on user profile. The GigiCoin asset aimed at recovering 95% levied on service charges, brokerages, retainers on wages. Self-employment within the gig economy does not come with pensions, sick pay, holiday entitlement, or parental leaves. You are simply on your own as a gig worker. Basic rights not available. Gig workers get paid per job, not by hour. Twiddling your fingers waiting for the next job or the next thing to go on a job spring reduces your take home, sometimes not even making the minimum wage. All this lack of basic financial guarantees puts the gig worker in a financial situation that does not allow them to plan for the future, carrying enormous health risks upon themselves. It is harder for people with insecure work to get income mortgages, loans, or have very good credits and plan for the future. The central middleman as well within this ecosystem reserves between 20 to 40% of earned money from agented migrant workers, freelancers, or a gig worker. Hirers have to pay 5 to 10% more on additional costs. Rather than simply applying upon a successful placement, 3 different charges are levied: upfront, upon producing a shortlist, and when a placement is made. Our financials. Within this subscription-based application, where you waive all those charges, whether you're a candidate or client, an average price of subscription has been arrived based on 3 causes of revenue streams. Unskilled workers at $18, professional workers at $56, and using our DLT to file your taxes at $80. Those 3 streams were added together and divided by 3 to arrive at an average cost of $52 per subscription. 1 million users within the first year. The initial figures of 800,000 downloads, including India, is based upon a proposed 80 million gig commercial incentive partnership wallet giveaway, which will be used to activate downloading. 15 to 20% year-on-year increase. We're looking for 400K to 4 million investments to activate and enable this subscription-based platform that removes cost. Why Gigacoin? The gig economy platform introduces the Gigacoin, an asset aimed at recovering 95% of all levy service charges. When contracts are not fulfilled, the project is basically dumped and all employees are simply laid off, carrying all the risk and the burdens without no benefits. 800 gigs have been created with part loyalty assets for the process of removing cost, which also can be exchanged for goods, services, products. Now priced at 15 cents, just above, with the potential to hit $300 per gig or per token. Key stakeholders within this domain expertise and strong execution bias: Joseph Daramala, myself, the CEO, Mr. Neil Sigar, Chief Custody Officer, Olaiton George Daramala, Senior Operations Director, Rafael Concetti, Communications Director, and Mr. Renata, UK Operations Director. Thank you very much for your time. We hope you will join us to enable this subscription-based platform, which removes cost and then increases the benefit and take-home for the migrant worker, the gig worker, and the freelancer. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, good to see you again. So I think for me, I think the big question that I have in relating to that presentation is I see what's in it for the gig worker, yeah? But I think there's like 2 sides to that story. And I think for me, what I wasn't hearing enough is what's in it for somebody who's wanting to hire that person. And I think, you know, you're a multi-sided platform. Making it clear for not just the gig worker is important. So maybe if you give you the opportunity, this question to answer that would be great.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. There are 2 sides to the platform itself. We look after candidates and clients. Our clients be the employers. What we do is we streamline your reach to the best talents, which we cover from onset when you download the application. We've got yes or no answers, which is then fed into a deep learning process that then subjects to you the best person for whatever task you're looking to resolve. So as the platform itself states, we offer you the best talent within what you're looking for. And on the flip side as well, we sort of reduced your costing in recruiting because we take you through the application process just by a click of a button. you're able to quickly speak to that person if you want to recruit, and there is a timer which follows your application diary. So whilst your application diary is being followed, you both know what the next step is. So we reduce your recruiting process, and we let the candidate know as well, you wouldn't get this job, move on to the next one.
Yeah, I think that's really important you get that message across, because there's a lot more value in what you're saying now than some of the stuff that you presented in your presentation.
That was the screen that was sort of showing the AI results on the profiling. Sort of,
it doesn't come across as well as what you're saying it now, though.
Absolutely.
Would be my feedback. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We had the pleasure of meeting in one of the hours, and I generally like the idea. I have a big problem when it comes to the strategy of going to market. It's a brilliant idea of letting the especially the low wage people or workers participate through a coin in the success of whatever they're basically working for. But have you now thought about the go-to-market? Do you have one or two big, that's how I would assume, that would be the starting point, one or two really good big names that actually are interested in doing that?
Yeah, well,
you will or you have?
Yes, yes. More than one, actually. We're currently in conversations with one of the largest recruiters here in Dubai. It's blue collar working, Delusco. And then there's another one which is not as solid as Delusco. So our go-to-market still remains where we try to bring in users on the basis of actually giving them something upfront first. So by the time the next bill is due, you're already on the platform.
I could ask you tons of other questions, but I'm not allowed, so.
Thank you very much.
You know, Joseph, just hang in there. You know, this guy, Joseph, 1 minute. All during the cohort, almost for 75% of the time, he was in UK. And then he was traveling. And then he came here. Then he found a place. Then today is here. And we probably are meeting for the first time, aren't we? So it's fantastic. Padmini, do you have any particular questions since you're in fintech?
Look, I'm trying to figure out, is this a model that's like Upwork?
We're not an Upwork model. We're very similar to LinkedIn. But what we do differently to LinkedIn is we make people available for work instantaneously. LinkedIn, you've got to go through the application, you've got to go through the process of knowing the person's data, you've got to sort of understand the person, but with ourselves, you're instantaneously available.
Great.
So it's not Upwork-like, it's LinkedIn, but instantaneously, just like Uber.
Okay, makes sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks. Big round of applause for Joseph. And after some time, applauses will not be enough. You have to open purse strings or introduce these founders to people who can invest. So don't forget that, yeah? Let's move on to the third founder before our little break. Shahira, are you there?
Yes, I am here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Awesome, awesome. Oh, I just love this. Big round of applause to the tech team of Area 2071. Okay. So Shahira Hamida with Noor. She's the founder of Noor, a health and fitness sector. Noor is a mindfulness and meditation app that provides practical tools to enhance well-being and support mental struggles. We are solving the complete lack of online support, she says, for mental well-being techniques in Arabic-speaking countries. So that's her differentiator. Let's Give it up for Shahira.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahira and I am the co-founder of Noor. Noor is a mindfulness and meditation app that provides daily audios to enhance well-being, support mental struggles, and sleep deprivation in Arabic. We are essentially solving the complete lack of online support for mental well-being and mindfulness techniques in Arabic. We know that in the MENA region, mental health has not been the priority so far. However, this is not just an assumption. 54% of young Arabs say quality mental health care is difficult to access, with tens of millions of yearly searches around mental health growing 13% year on year. So this is what the competitive landscape looks like as of now. As you can see, there's a clear gap with only 2 little local players who have popped up during COVID. What makes us unique and differentiates us in the market? Our main differentiating aspects, I would say, from the unicorns and the local players is that 1, we are delivering our content in multiple Arabic dialects, and 2, we like to call ourselves culturally relevant. What we mean by culturally relevant, we know that the Arab world is an already spiritual world. It has its own spiritual practice. The idea is to sit along the already spiritual practice as opposed to threaten it. A good idea is to pick an inspirational story as an introduction to our meditation from 1001 Nights. Another good example would be to build a 30-day Ramadan package on how to be more mindful with your nutrition or your fasting even. This is the team that we have built. As you can see, Chiara Stocco is one of my best friends and also my co-founder. Professor Ali Assani, who's Director of Islamic Studies and Culture at Harvard, is going to help us build the cultural context around our content. And Cortland Dahl, who is a research scientist from Healthy Mind Innovations. And Healthy Mind Innovations are trying to further prove the benefits of meditation from a scientific point of view. Of course, these are additional partners. We have content providers, music and sound, advisors, and strong influential ambassadors with big social followings. Our go-to-market and marketing strategy kicks off with Egypt, Saudi, and UAE. We have a very strong offline strategy, partnering with health institutions, corporations, schools, wellness centers, and so forth. We have also a very strong online marketing plan, as Chiara and I have a online marketing background, and we are going to seek to raise awareness through ambassadors and actors and social media influencers. And of course, we are going to continuously optimize our content by validating the effectiveness from a scientific point of view. We all know that it really boils down to the execution. It's all about getting our conversion and retention strategies on point. We are, of course, going to mirror the market unicorns such as Headspace and Calm to reach the conversion volumes and retain users, as well as make sure to heavily A/B test during our MVP process to make sure that we get the conversion and retention strategies really on point. Our forecast shows that by year 5, we will have 7 million downloads, 500K paying subscribers, and 20 million cumulative in revenue. We are currently raising 300K at a 1.5 million post-money valuation, and very happy to say that we have 50% committed from 2 stellar investors. The 300K is going to give us a 12-month leeway. It's going to help us build our MVP and soft launch it in the end of Q1 2021, as well as develop the final product, test it, optimize it, and finally launch it by Q4 2021. Initially, when we started this idea, Chiara and I, we wanted to offer affordable psychotherapy telehealth for the middle-class Arab. When we did a little bit of research, we realized that it was a very strong concept to kick off in the market, and this is pre-COVID. And so we decided to step back and build an easier mindfulness and meditation practice, and of course also relieve the stigma by raising awareness through it. It's still within our vision by year 2 or year 3 to integrate telehealth and have it sit along the already mindfulness and meditation exercises that will be in our app. And of course, this enlarges our exit opportunities by not only keeping an eye on the likes of Calm and Headspace, but also keeping an eye on Babylon and Altibi. We've just very recently launched our prototype in the market, and this is to gather database of early adopters, test the traction, and get feedback on the content. Thank you very much. Please do try it out. We are Noor, and thank you for listening.
I hope you heard the applause right here from Dubai. Can we start with Padmini with any questions?
Oh, you're on mute.
I love the product. I think it's really interesting and very relevant for right now. And the question is, right, so you already brought up, you've got a couple of people that are already operating the space. They're huge. They're on virtually every device. So how do you compete with that?
Do you mean how do I compete with the unicorns? Just Calm and Headspace?
Yeah.
So Calm and Headspace, essentially, I've built this for the Western world. The idea of Noor is to really make it relevant and curate it for the Arab world. So we're making it local in terms of dialects, but also building the cultural context. Essentially, Calm and Headspace, the MENA region is not necessarily their priority. Their growth program is focused within the Europe section. And, you know, as an Arab myself, having been born and raised within the Arab world and understood the mental healthcare scarcity that exists in the region, I understand the importance of cultural context and making it really relevant for the Arab user.
Great.
Hi, Shaira, Karim here. So great presentation. Honestly, makes me want to get more into mindfulness. But one thing that we didn't get to see in the presentation is how do you make money off of the app? Is it just a freemium model? Is it a paid subscription model?
Correct. It's a subscription model with a freemium package. It will have two different pricing on it. It will be monthly and also yearly. Down the line, the long-term vision is to add different revenue streams with the telehealth that will be integrated about 12 to 24 months down the line.
Hi there, it's Gordon. So my question is very much related to the money that you're raising, the 300K. I was wondering how much of that was going to be going into the development of the platform and how much would be going into the content creation. I think you've got celebrities or others that would be helping you bring an audience to the platform. I think of Cam and it's got Matthew McConaughey giving a sleep story and people like that. If you're following a similar model, I was wondering how much is going into content as a run rate.
Yeah, good question. We are spending about 60K for the entirety of prototype, MVP, and full-on product itself. Whereas on the content, we're spending a little bit more. It's going a range between like 80 to 95K. The celebrities that we have picked have also very kindly accepted to do this for free. So obviously they're not going to be recording 15 sessions. We're not going to really push it with them, but they will do a couple of sessions, will give us the visibility. And this is a social impact company after all at the end of the day. So we really appreciate people who help us with the mission.
Hi, Mazdak with you. Relating to the numbers of the subscriptions and the clients. Where do you have these numbers from? I mean, where are they, on which data are they based from?
So good question. Our model mirrors the Headspace UK launch and its expansion. A lot of our data comes from App Annie and looking at and analyzing their historical download, their retention, and their revenue stream. My business partner is also a Google data analyst, so we got a lot of juicy numbers that we're able to play around with and fit in within our model. And we basically mirror the UK Headspace model, reproportioning it to the MENA numbers by implicating a discount factor based on online penetration in the MENA region.
Thanks. Fantastic. Shaira, well done. A big round of applause from Dubai to you. You've come a long way from the day one. And it's a 5-minute quick loo break, hello break, and we all come back here for the next 5. So get up and just 5 minutes, please. We'll get started.
Show me the data and I'll show you the answers. Height. Make this history.
1 minute to go. Kindly take your seats. Good evening, everybody. Hoo-hoo! I had to make some sound to catch your attention. Hoo-hoo! Please sit down. Samir. Please take your seats. And we have our fourth founder pitch on the first founder showcase in UAE. Mazen Fardan with Dracozen. Mazen. Finally, we see him in person. He's attacked the green tech, clean tech, and sustainability sector. Dracozen designs and develops wind power generators that integrate into electric vehicles, serving the manufacturers and consumers. So he is a product guy, okay? And let's watch what he has to say.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Mazen Fardan, and I'm the founder of Dracozen, and we aim to empower the future of electrification. Our vision is to develop technologies that decentralize electric generation so that power is at the reach of everyone. Our mission is to develop and integrate wind-powered electric generators on board electric vehicles to help them make power while they're in motion. The problem we are targeting is range anxiety, and that's the limitation for electric vehicles to travel long distances. That is due to the limited battery capacity, limited charging infrastructure. Air pollution continuously rising is not helping as well. The solution for this is integrating wind-powered generators within the electric vehicle that helps them produce power on the go, cut fuel costs and charge time, and reduce dependence on charging stations. Technology is fairly simple. It's a set of generators oriented in a duct whereby as wind resistance is experienced, a set of turbines rotate by and thereby rotating the generators integrated within them, producing power on the go. Research and development has initiated since 2011, focused on how to make a generator better, smaller, lighter, more efficient, and more power dense. And this basically has been sponsored directly by myself, which has cost me up to 600,000 dirhams up to date. The current MVP in development is developed initially to put all of various components together as a showcase to show how they are related to each other as a precursor to the final product when it is produced, and in order for it to be properly oriented in whatever electric vehicle that we are considering at that time. The business model is depending on generating revenue with units sold, royalty, and licensing. And that is basically will be decided based on our relationships to be created through partner research and development institutions, automakers, and university programs. The market size for the automotive industry at 2017 was indicated as $5 trillion. Electric vehicles global market share in 2019 was 115, and that's expected to rise up to 800 billion by 2027. We aim to collaborate with universities and research and development firms such as BITS Pilani and Khalifa University, and with various UAE government and nonprofits advocating for sustainable transport. Currently, we're in touch with Takamal and Irina. Competition to our technology comes into various forms. So the prevalence of charge stations and distributed mostly in developed countries, solar integrated technologies for electric vehicles are a good hope for the future, and hydrogen fueled electric vehicles. Why us? Our solution produces no emissions. Our solution can be integrated into any electric vehicle. Our solution uses a resource that is 100% free, wind. Founding team currently is myself, Mazen Fardan. Diala Dawood, our advisor for business development, and Emil Vargas is our engineering consultant. The initial budget requested is $300,000 to help put together the R&D, equipment, procurement, administration, talent, and legal and intellectual property registration for the first year. What is needed is grant funding resources for core development, partnerships with research and development institutes and universities, locally as well as internationally, and collaborations with nonprofit advocates for sustainable transport to help through regulation issues. I need people and resources to help me bring these diverse specializations together to achieve this goal. We could be reached at mazen@dracosan.com, and the phone numbers on the screen, and hope to hear from you soon.
Mazen, the stage is yours. Please, on the stage. Just to add, Mazen has got a showcase there, and whenever you have time, do please go and see his model, how it looks, and so on. Yeah.
Okay, since I have the microphone, I'll start. The biggest problem, Mazen, I have with your idea is the tech viability. I don't have any scientific numbers justifying that kind of a solution that you're providing will be as effective as it needs to be successful. Do you have any scientific reports regarding this?
I do. I have many reports, but I couldn't just basically put everything on that 5-minute presentation. But most of my work for the past 10 years was researching the scientific reports. That was my problem. It wasn't the issue that I don't have those data. The issue is we needed to translate those data into a physical working prototype. And my passion basically in the past took me in the areas of focusing on developing certain components of this in various aspects. Now is basically my approach is combining all of these things. So essentially, this is what I'm trying to do, is combining all of the past research and the past studies that I've done into one working model. This is what I'm doing at the current stage.
Okay, yeah. So hi, Mazen, Gordon here. I'm super excited about where things are going in this space, not least because ever since you started this program, then everybody's been announcing when they're going to be killing the internal combustion engine in all these different markets. And EVs are going to be everywhere, but there's not a charging infrastructure to do this. So I kind of see this is going to become much more acute once it comes out of the very small percentage of people that have EVs today. For me, I'd love to see more of your path, how to get there. I think you paint a big picture. I would love to hear from you if you can tell me just if, and everyone assembled, if there's any clarity you've got on the steps towards getting there. Your prototype now, but how you get to this point where the problem's solved.
Well, currently we are in touch with a university in Dubai that's willing to work with us. first step we're gonna do is basically combine all of the research that's done into a combined simulation first, so that we can measure the results that way. And based on that, we will move into producing a physical working prototype. After that, get it validated, and of course, through the registration and the IP, create a foundation for communicating with OEMs and to take it to market from that point, and automakers as well.
Yeah, that would be great. It's something I think you should put in your presentation, but yeah, well done. Thank you.
Thanks.
One last question, if you don't mind. Okay, one last question. There's a lot of R&D programs being set up to actually do R&D in universities. I can think of, like I was saying before, in Abu Dhabi, there's the whole R&D program to help, the whole army, the defense ecosystem. So have you tried approaching the R&D or the universities in Abu Dhabi to try and work with them? Because that, I'm sure, would be very applicable for them, for the army.
Yeah, I mean, currently, I'm in touch with one university in Dubai. And through them, we're going to be working with a cluster of other entities. So I'm just trying to put everything together in the beginning, because one of the things that is needed is for specialists to communicate with specialists. I approached this from the beginning, as an entrepreneur mostly. I was interested in research. I funded that research. I pushed it to that extent. But there's a language and there's a platform whereby experts communicate with each other. And I needed to create that cluster. So I'm creating a network right now to pull these expertise together. So I'm just starting, yeah. That is my direction.
Fair enough. So is the team right now just you and the two advisors, or you have a full team with you?
Currently, I have my core team, which I just basically mentioned in the presentation, and the university. We're in discussions, and we're going to be signing a contract soon to hire them for 2021 for the whole year, to work on both the simulation and eventually, God's willing, to have a prototype to show. Yeah.
I don't have any questions, but I think it's a really innovative idea. So I wish you the best with it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Padmini, and would love to have office hours from you so Mazen can touch base with you for all your questions. Yep. Thank you. Put your hands together. A big round of applause for the big man. When Mazen, the first time he came up and he asked me, Sandhya, you're in the sustainability and eco area. Do you think this will even work? This was his first question after the second this class that we had, or the session we had. Then I gave him the example of a swimming pool. You're standing on the side of the swimming pool for 11 years doing what you're researching. If you don't jump into the pool, you'll never know whether you can swim. So well done, Mazen. Well done. We now have Muna. Muna, can we have you up here for everybody to see you? Big round of applause. Woohoo! So Muna Al-Nahdi is in the education and edutainment sector. EduFikra. EduFikra empowers educators to innovate in the Arab world through provision of creating engaging educational resources. Her marketplace gives them the option to sell their resources and earn money as well. So here is our second EdTech presentation, and there we go.
Hi everyone, this is Muna Al-Nahdi, founder of EduFikra, an education innovation catalyst for the Arab world. Todd Whitaker says, the best thing about being a teacher is that it matters. The hardest is that it matters every day. I did not realize how hard it was until I became a teacher myself. Teachers want to influence their students. Hi everyone, this is Muna Al-Nahdi, founder of EduFikra, an education innovation catalyst for the Arab world. Todd Whitaker says, the best thing about being a teacher is that it matters. The hardest is that it matters every day. I did not realize how hard it was until I became a teacher myself. Teachers want to influence their students' lives. Yet they're challenged with time and resources. They spend endless extra hours, which are unpaid, mostly creating or trying to create engaging teaching resources. These resources need time, technology, and experience, which many teachers do not possess. They end up paying from their own pockets such large amounts which are not being compensated. The question that we've asked ourselves is that if similar resources are needed by thousands of teachers, why can't they just share? That's the reason why we created EduFikra platform, an economy sharing platform that brings together education stakeholders. Through our platform, teachers or teaching resources creators can earn more money, get recognized for their creativity, and create a greater impact. Customers can find tested and tried resources which are relevant to this region because who would know better than a teacher? They can also save time and efforts and join an inspiring community. Through our platform, customers can easily, through our advanced filters, find classified materials which are relevant to this region and in digital formats. Vendors can create their own store and start selling in 3 simple steps. They also have dashboards to track data and get reviews and comments, which would help them to improve and to create more all the time. For our market, we're focusing mostly on the Arab world for KG to 12 because there are many other marketplaces in other regions. In terms of the total available market, we have around 1.35 billion dirhams of available market, and we are targeting 29 million dirhams for the next 5 years. We have tried to validate the concept by conducting customer surveys, doing some research on the scopes, and studying other models and other marketplaces. Had concluded that teachers had started actually selling through their own channels, and some also started buying, or many actually. For our business model, we are looking at transaction fees, which with payouts that reach up to 80%. And also we're considering future premium membership. In terms of our competitors, we have, based on our research, we see only international marketplaces that can come into this region and start providing their services in Arabic language and for relevant material. We outperform most of the current competitors because we're an open marketplace that's for serving the Arab world. In terms of our team, myself is the founder and CEO. I come with a certified trainer. I come with more than 13 years of experience. And I'm also a graduate of the Badri Social Entrepreneurship Program. We have a lead developer, a marketing specialist, and a number of part-timers, interns, and some advisors. We have already launched our MVP and have a business license and a bank account. We've also had completed our seller agreement terms from a certified legal firm. For our initial traction, we have 177 registered users, 44 resources, 344 downloads, and 7 sellers up to today. And we are looking at different growth rates, but the outcome is positive. Now, in terms of our growth forecast based on our financial assessment and growth studies and assessments, we are looking at 8.2 million expected gross revenue for year 2023 and 2.8 million dirhams of net income, and we will be breaking even by the 30th month. For our next step, we're looking at upgrading our platform, increasing our sellers, users, and sales. And also we are looking at engaging more advisors in the board of advisors and engaging the community. In order to scale our business, we need 3.65 million dirhams of funds, and which will be focusing mostly on technology upgrade, hiring a full-time team, and engaging the community and the right partners, and also market. Thank you.
how big do you think your market is? I know you had some big numbers up there, but how big do you think your market is, and how much do you think you'll be able to reach in your first year?
So basically, when we did the market assessment, we have considered, is this better? Okay. So we've considered the Arab world teachers, and we have around 4.7 million teachers in the Arab world. When we did the customer surveys, teachers say that they would spend 200 to 600 dirhams per month on teaching resources. But in our analysis and our assessment, we try to be conservative by focusing on the first year in the UAE and the KSA, and then in the next years in the Arab world countries. And in our calculations, we are targeting 29 million dirhams of revenue or of profit actually by year 5.
Great.
The question that I have is, how do you ensure the quality of the content? Since it's going to go to teachers and then to kids, how do you make sure that whatever is being put on the platform corresponds to the regulations of ADEC or Dubai or whatever country you're established in?
So as we have mentioned in the presentation, that we are an economy sharing platform, so we're leaving it to the users to rate and to review the products, and that's so we have a rating and review system. In the website, as the website is not intended for the kids, but rather for the teachers and the adults. So in the terms and conditions, it's very clear that is not meant to be used by the kids directly. The teacher will use the resources as supplemental material, and it's her responsibility to take whatever is there available that she purchases and fine tune it based on their requirements. So at the end, it's the power of the community, and that's why we're targeting community engagement and community building in the first year, and also onboarding sellers with good quality content. But then at the end, it will be up to the community itself to decide what's good and what's bad.
So wouldn't there be an opportunity to go see government that wants to standardize content across all universities or across all schools, and tell them, listen, whatever schools take content, they have to take it from this platform?
Yes,
so that would be able to let you scale up much quicker at a much reduced
actually,
cost.
when we looked at the other marketplaces in other regions, there is a marketplace called Teachers Pay Teachers. They started as a standalone marketplace, but now they are actually partnering with most of the schools in the US. So what now, if we look at the Arab world, it's totally different. It's not one country, not one curriculum. Only in the UAE we have like more than 20 curriculums that are being followed here. So we came to the conclusion that we would never be able to standardize something for, maybe we can just target one curriculum at the beginning, and that's what we're doing right now for the UAE. But in the long run, we want to be as comprehensive as possible. And once we have enough content that's available related to a specific curriculum, then we will go and approach schools to give them certain services that is meant only for schools.
Okay, hi Mina, how are you doing? My question relates to the willingness of teachers to share the content, particularly when I think of maybe some of the top schools where they might not be too keen on their teachers sharing what they probably would see as being their competitive advantage in terms of attracting students as to fee-paying schools. Can you give me any insight into the success in actually being able to get that great content from those best schools, those teachers in those best schools?
We've actually been into the same sort of feelings, and that's why we launched the MVP. We did not depend only on the customer interviews, and for the last 3 months, we've been testing a lot with the MVP. I would not say that all the teachers would accept, but there is a very positive outlook based on the data that we've been collecting, that teachers are starting to think differently, especially after the pandemic. So they realize that at the end, they cannot depend on one resource of income. They cannot depend on schools. They know that at any time they might be asked to leave the school, and they have to be depending on themselves. So also for our service now for the next 6 months, we will be targeting mostly teachers who have been laid off during the pandemic, and we try to get resources from them in order to upscale the marketplace as soon as possible.
Yeah, and give them some income in the meantime as well if they've been laid off. Yes. Yeah, well, thank you.
Thank you. Why me? Thank you for the presentation. Are you planning to create content yourself in the first phase to get things rolling?
Yes, actually, because we're a marketplace, so we run into the chicken and egg dilemma, and we realize that we cannot push a lot with marketing only, and we need to create the community, and we can only create the community once we have enough content on the platform, and that's our target for the next 3 months. We're hiring interns as content creation, and we are actually, most of them are teachers who are not employed or that have been laid off, and we agreed with them on a basic salary plus some more income that would come from the sales of the resources that they will upload with us.
You know, we have a lot of shy founders, and she's one of them, but I'm so proud of, I think all three of us are very proud of Mona for coming so far, okay, in spite of all her challenges, so-called challenges, okay? So great, great. Let's move on to our next founder. Elias, put your hands together for Elias, just see him. He's the founder of Reach. He's in the SaaS enterprise software zone. iReach is a scalable, cost-effective PaaS platform which digitizes the channel partners. So there are various engagement models in the retail industry, and he is managing that complicated chain with automation of incentive recognition, training, live tracking of sales verification, and delivery of business analytics. So let's see what Reach is going to reach up to.
Hi, my name is Elias. I have 20 years of experience in channel sales, and I'm looking to disrupt that industry. We empower salespeople, simplify their incentive, and provide greater accountability across the channel ecosystem. I'm proud to introduce you to Reach. I'm looking to raise $135,000 and invite you to become a part of the journey in transforming how boxes are sold to the way experiences are delivered. Here is how. Channel sales refer to the process of building partnership with multi-level partners to create a wider reach of your product. A brand sells its product to multiple distributors, in turn the distributor sells it to thousands of partners, and a considerable number of field salespeople put the products in the hand of the end users. 80% of all goods and services worldwide sell through a channel. The chasm between brand and salespeople is enormous. The channel is the ideal way for a brand to expand. However, a lot of inefficiency and challenges arise. We have focused on the main challenges which affect customer satisfaction and sales growth. First, the product knowledge weakness of the salesperson. Second, the complexity for a distributor to communicate and motivate all those field salespeople. And third, the difficulty in obtaining accurate data and insight. So, if you are a distributor dealing with hundreds of thousands of field sellers that don't work for you, how do you ensure consistent product training to all? How do you motivate salespeople to sell when they are selling many products and brands? And how do you get the required business intelligence to support decisions and improve business results? We choose to address the problem at the distributor level, to leverage the breadth of the resellers he deals with and empower all the resellers and salespeople from a central start point. Reach allows the distributor to empower the frontline salespeople by providing easy access to the latest training, by deploying automated incentive to increase their motivation. Reach provides a salesperson via a mobile app instant access to those product knowledge and training. And when the salesperson report what he sold, they earn rewards. As a result, the distributor gets access to real-time sales data and intelligence. Reach is a cloud solution. The distributor can quickly and easily deploy it to all salespeople. Reach creates benefits at every level of the channel ecosystem. The distributor increases his reach of resellers and sellers, improves the seller's loyalty. Consequently, it increases his sales. The resellers get increase in revenue and improve customer loyalty. The field sellers increase their commission, improve their motivation, and enhance their job satisfaction. Reach is a software as a service. We bill our clients, the distributor, via a monthly subscription that increases with the number of salespeople. $35 billion is our serviceable market. Our competitors vary from large organizations like Salesforce to others that provide simplistic channel marketing function. Note that 60% of the market use channel marketing that don't have any automation. We start where salespeople and clients meet. We create real-time data for real-time decision. Automation put us already ahead of the marketing companies. Competitor solutions do not address all 4 levels of the channel. We do it in an effortless and integrated way by offering a unified platform to all. Our experience as channel sales professionals tell us that only by addressing every level in the channel will an impact be made and value created. As we speak, 3 large clients are running test pilots, including one of the largest tech distributors in Middle East and Africa. As a team with 75 years experience of combined channel management, we have an outstanding track record of achievement working with big names. We provide the know-how along with the technology which is required to maximize the benefits of our solution. We will run the business through 3 phases. Direct acquisition of clients and go in depth with them, then predictable revenue plans that ensures fast client adoption, and at the end, increased growth with a new version of Reach that is self-service. Reach is scalable. We reach across industries and geographies and promise an excellent return on investment to shareholders. Our goal is to accelerate the acquisition of our first 6 clients and to create a predictable lead generation engine. For this, we would like to raise $135,000. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I have to say, among all the founders that I have had the honor to talk to, you probably did the most development in the last couple of weeks. Great presentation, very understandable even for me. So, and that's a huge plus for you.
Thank you so much.
The only doubt, big question mark I have is how far is 135,000K gonna take you? Because I think Gordon would agree the tech that you would need for this task is not only highly complex, but gonna swallow a lot of funds. That's my main question.
Sure. So you're saying the 135,000,
yeah.
right?
Well, let's put it this way. What are you gonna spend it on for over what time?
I totally agree with you. Is a tiny seed to just give us the few miles to go, but the real cash flow needed for the first year of operation is double of that. So what we bet on is we say we don't want investor to take a huge risk on us. They give us half of this, which is 135, and we'll prove ourselves and they put the second half. What we're gonna do with it is very simple. Our target is to reach 6 clients. Now, why 6 clients, not 25? Because we're gonna go on depths with them. Now, depths is not because we don't understand the business. We understand it since 40 years. We understand very well the app. We're confident of the app. But it's very important to watch what's gonna happen in the business, in the KPIs, this deployment KPIs or business KPIs. And then we will move to a self-manageable app. What I mean, you go to our website, you don't call us, and you get there. And the second part is marketing, and get to cover a bit of the freelancer cost. So people, very tiny, go to people, marketing, and improving the app. But that's cover us only for 7 months, but we're ready to take the risk. We're confident that over 7 months, we'll prove to the investor that we have enough clients and they can go to the round 2, which is the second half.
Evening, Elias. How are you doing? Great presentation. Yeah, great presentation. Probably the most information dense of all of them. But yeah, you managed to communicate it really well. For me, there was only one question, probably that's relating to your 3 stages of growth. I'm, very clear on the first one. Get your first 6, go deep. You've just done that in your answer. It might be interesting to tell everybody what the second 2 stages are all about and how that's really important for your long-term growth.
Sure. So taking it from where I left it, so once we get the 6 clients or 10 clients and we learn, we want this business to scale. We don't have any problem in the scalability of the concept and the model because it applies on any industry, it applies on any distribution, be it a phone, a spare part of a car, a tire, or a perfume, right? So all is the same, and the sales guy on the ground, our million, we can build them multiple times. So, but what we want is the acquisition of the client. In the beginning, our client acquisition is going to be 2 to 3 months. It's too long, but we're doing it on purpose. Now, the second phase is about making those 3 months way shorter, maybe a month or weeks. And this by creating an engine that ensure us that leads are come in a mathematic, automatic way and not manual way. And the phase 3 is perfection of this model by having the app really easy that you go and use it yourself. And most probably the engine will look a bit like a lead generation engine based on LinkedIn with the proper content and test it, and we are sure of the outputs that it's giving. And the second part is probably account managers that are managing big clients. So it's a combination of lead generation and account management.
That's very clear. And then the last bit's the self-service automation.
Sorry, again?
And the last bit's self-service.
About the self-service. Okay.
So, yeah.
The thing is today, my app is self-manageable. So basically, if I go and sit with you 10 minutes, you'll be able to use the app. What I call self-manageable is a little bit more, is you go to my website and you click, I'm a distributor, and the website itself take you to what to do, and we approach you digitally as well, so to ensure we're scalable.
Cheers.
Padmini?
How will you reach out to your first 6 clients?
Direct acquisition mean we really select them, we go visit them, we talk to them, we understand the problem, we deploy the app, and we listen to what's going on. So literally LinkedIn, personal people. I mean, we already reach right now probably more than 30 companies, out of what 3 and even maybe 1 more this week, we'll run pilot with them.
Great, congrats.
And it's not because we don't want to do the marketing, it's because we want to go on devs. In devs, sorry, with each client.
That's the best strategy. You've developed the product with your customer and you develop what someone needs, right? Rather than what you think they need.
Correct, correct. I mean, it's also about, you never know what come out there. Maybe the outcome will be better than we expected or a little bit different, so.
I love the presentation, really good, man. Question I have for you is, how does this apply to a world which is more and more Amazons and Noons and less retail?
Yeah, excellent question. We don't compete with the online business. We are not going against the trend. There is 2 answers to that. The first one is really 80 or maybe 75% of goods in the world still sell somewhere. Like your tire, you're still gonna get it in petrol station. Your oil, your perfume, your shoes, and even a mobile phone, maybe still 60% of people buy their mobile phone in the shop and because of the experience. So this is the first part of my answer, which is this channel is not gonna disappear. The second answer, Amazon is part of the channel. Amazon is a reseller, if I may call it, an online reseller for Apple and for Huawei and for all those brands, right? So in my model, there will be a place for Amazon, but think of it that the sales guy will become an influencer. This is not my target today. I'm not gonna target that because I need to focus. But for the online business, I will replace the salesperson with an influencer. I will pivot 20% of the design, and I have reach for influencers. So.
Thank you. I think we, with all the experience Elias has had, my personal experience has been he's had the toughest time to simplify his whole concept, you know? So to simplify, it has taken him, and he made that shift probably only in the last 2 weeks, okay? Nobody understood, and every time he got the feedback from, I think, many of you mentors, that we can't make out what he is up to, okay? So well done, really well done. Big round of applause to Elias. We will come to you for your testimonial on FI for the next recruitment session, okay? Cool. We have Nitin Bhalla next. Nitin, can you say hello to everybody? Founder, Craigzo. Entrepreneurship, and startups is his segment. Craigzo is a global community to help early stage entrepreneurs validate their idea and take their concept to the market. Put your hands together for Nitin Balla of Craigzo.
Hi, I'm Nitin, founder of Craigzo. I started my entrepreneurial journey 7 years ago. I worked with incubators, accelerators, organized various cohorts, and even organized hackathon and startup weekends for multiple organizations. In these 7 years, I started 2 ventures. One failed, one shut down, and even received an award for Entrepreneur of the Year. Interestingly, every time I failed, I looked back and analyzed what was the main cause of it. I realized that there's a biggest difference between customers saying, I love your idea, and I love your idea, and I'm willing to pay for it. I've always been a person with a lot of questions. Hence, I started asking my fellow entrepreneurs studying in universities and incubation centers reason behind their failures. That's when I learned 300 million startups are formed each year. 97% of those fail in the first 1 year itself. And funding was not the biggest challenge for them. For early stage entrepreneurs, top 3 reasons have always been they did not validate their idea directly with end customers. Customers saying, I love your idea, but am I willing to pay for it or not is the biggest factor. Second biggest factor here is our startup ecosystems today are all working in silos. That forces entrepreneurs to work in silos, which hinders them to actually learn from their fellow entrepreneurs and other startups at the time of the need. And third, and the most critical one here, is that these early stage entrepreneurs don't have an access to the right ecosystem. They don't have an access to the right network which can help them grow and scale faster. They don't know who to connect and what to speak about. That was the aha moment behind Craigzo. We instantly realized there's a need of a connected ecosystem. Craigzo is a holistic ecosystem that helps early stage entrepreneurs validate their business idea directly with end customers. With Craigzo, entrepreneurs get to validate their idea as well as gain early adopters. They get to build their team, turn their idea from concept stages into reality, and more importantly, have an access to a network which helps them grow and scale. All of this happens in simple 4 steps. As soon as you register on a platform, you get to select the communities you are interested in. The platform gives you access to curated content and ideas which are relevant to your needs. You get to engage and collaborate with fellow entrepreneurs and start your own idea. We are an AI-based web application that is bringing scattered entrepreneurial ecosystem all in a single platform. We launched one of its kind ecosystem in late 2018. Today, we have 2,300 plus users, 9 ecosystem partners, and 100 plus ideas on our platform. We are also launching a paid pilot project in Oman for 12,000 users this month. We are growing organically at a rate of 300 users per month. Craigzo is about an ecosystem that wins when you do. While our competitors helping startups get funding, we went a step further by welcoming customers and early adopters on board. Here's what our users say about us.
We were recently awarded the FE Award for the best technical project by ADCCI, and we cannot help but thank the Craigzo team for their support.
Craigzo was an awesome shortcut, like a toolkit for entrepreneurs to validate, get feedback from people that know about your industry, get feedback and opportunities.
Honestly, it has been very, very useful for me. It was pretty hard for me trying to find my potential customers, and I'm very grateful for the support that I have received of this community.
The platform is very user-friendly and has got so many features such as a Q&A forum, a company profile which helps your startup to get identified. Networking was such an issue, but it's all solved because of Craigzo.
The structure that Craigzo has brought to our venture is invaluable to us. You're not wandering anymore. It brought the discipline and the structure that we needed as a beginner.
We believe in power of collaboration. Entrepreneurs on our platform validated their idea successfully, got mentor access, as well as won grants from Expo 2020 and Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce. Being in the market, which is moving towards innovation with every passing day, we are right at your fingertips. We are acquiring the market through a web application, through our right ecosystem partners. Later during the year, we'll be also launching our own mobile app and hosting more and more virtual events to engage with our community. With 300 million startups launching each year, we are targeting 5% of this market. We charge a subscription fee of $39 per startup per month and a fee of $1 per user per month. We intended to launch a paid B2B model in March 2021, but because of the rising need, we launched it in this year in November. Now, in December, we are welcoming 3 paid clients on board. All of this is done by a team of entrepreneurs with a shared vision. Cregzo is a platform for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs. Today, we're excited to be here and grow our ecosystem along with you. The funds we raise will be utilized for technology upgrade, community building, marketing and team allocation, and also enhancement of our security infrastructure. If you're still wondering what's next, head over to cregzo.com.
Sure, I'll go first. Very, very nice. I think we just upgraded from, yes, sorry, man. Can you go back through the, how do you get startups to have customers? I didn't get it. How, the first problem you stated, which was you help startup or entrepreneurs figure out their first customers or their first paying customers. How does that help?
So we actually have communities on a platform which are very, very curated to each specific startup and entrepreneur. And these are actual customers who interact with startups on day one. Now the platform offers them different tools and services to conduct market research, primary research, focus groups, and interactive tools with these customers. And even though our customers actually tell the startups if they like the idea and how much amount, the dollar value they're willing to pay for the product. So they start engaging with them on day one itself with an idea. And all of this entire process gets tracked and mapped on the platform.
So is that a challenge part where companies say, I want this to be built, or is it entrepreneurs that pitch their ideas and they see who catches?
We actually have a virtual new business idea model built in the platform. So they go through the whole journey, and we give the list of community members who have actually shown interest in these particular ideas to the founders.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Hi, Nitin. It's quite impressive seeing you so large on the screen, actually. No, great presentation. Very well done. For me, I mean, I'm really interested in your growth strategy, your acquisition of customers, and really where that's going to come from. How can you make sure that you're actually acquiring, that volume of customers that you're looking to bring onto the platform this year?
Right. So we recently changed our strategy from targeting overall every customer to specifically university startups and entrepreneurs. So we just signed 3 universities recently. Now, when we sign a university, it's not just about early stage entrepreneurs sitting in that university, it's about other students as well. To them, we just charge a fee of $1 per student. And that way, we're creating an innovation ecosystem within universities. What we're doing in Oman is also part of the government body. We're creating an entire innovation ecosystem in universities, which have users around 35,000 users in a single university. So moving from that angle. And we're also acquiring ecosystem partners from incubation centers and accelerators. We're signing them up. So that is helping us to grow and scale.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good strategy because individual startup by startup would just be very slow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Just congrats, actually great presentation. And
thank you. It's actually done by one of the startups on a platform for free of cost. We just told them we need something and they offered to help us out for free.
Yeah, that was actually quite informative and all clear. I just don't want to waste too much time.
But okay, hang on. Padmini, you go first.
Great presentation. I think I don't have any questions.
So the question I have for you is, how scalable is this? Is this really a UAE play, a regional play, a global play? Is it B2B, B2C? Like, how do you grow? Yeah, what's your growth plan?
Right. So as of now, we have users not just from UAE, but Singapore, Canada, US, Oman, Saudi, Egypt, and other different countries. And we do have a B2B model, which we're planning to launch in November. But for universities, we have launched it now. And then there's a separate B2B model for investors as well as incubation centers, which will come later down the year. So we have started targeting from one region specifically. Right now, our focus is MENA region. And down the line, 6 to 8 months now, when we have acquired enough customers, then we're going to look at different ecosystems in different regions. But we do have ecosystem partners from India, which are women-only incubators, vary around 1.2 million users within them. So we're working with them as well to help them look at MENA-based women entrepreneurs.
As Nitin is here, can I request, before we go to our Saudi founder, who Karan will get online, can I have all the Dubai founders on the stage for a good photo immediately, please, before we go there? So can we have Ilyas, Sash, Mona, Joseph? We'll do that later, yeah? Mazen? Yep, please, quick, just a quick shot. Samir, you want to come up? Thank you so much. Big round of applause, please, to each other. We all. So as we move to the last but not the least founder, Alexander, from Workforce 360 based in Saudi Arabia. And let's watch Alexander.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alexander, and I'm the founder of Workforce 360. And we are connecting and automating overseas recruitment. We are solving two major problems with overseas recruiting. Globally, there are thousands of overseas recruiting agents, but it is difficult and time-consuming to find one because there is no central location where they can be found. And without overseas agents, you have limited access to the global candidate market. And today, almost all overseas recruiting is done manually, which is time-consuming and error-prone. Let me use a map to illustrate the first problem we are solving. Here is the world, and in green you have Saudi Arabia and the 5 other nations of the GCC, which includes the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. If you're an organization in the GCC, visualized by the red circle, and you need to recruit staff from overseas, then the normal recruitment channels like LinkedIn and Monster have limitations, because their reach is local or regional, illustrated by the dark circle. However, you want to access the millions of candidates in the candidate markets here, here, and here. Well, how do you do it? Well, first you must find and then connect with one of the thousands of overseas agents around the world. Now, you might think, how different is overseas recruiting from local or regional recruiting? One way to see the difference is in the number of processes involved. In local or regional recruitment, the number of high-level processes are 7, while in overseas recruiting, the number of high-level processes are over 35. Now to the second problem. For every foreign worker hired, there are approximately 5 candidates. And with 4 documents captured for every candidate and approximately 10 documents for every hired worker, multiplied by the 4.1 million workers hired in 2019, then you have approximately 106 million documents processed manually between the agents and the hiring organizations, all done via emails. So to help frame the size of the problem, in the GCC, 82% of all workers are foreign workers, and on a yearly basis, an average of 3.2 million work visas are issued. Our solution to the above problem is an end-to-end B2B platform where hiring organizations and overseas agents can find each other, and where HR departments can recruit high-volume manpower from overseas. Some of the more important benefits of the systems are cost savings from reduced headcounts and eliminated processes, access to larger candidate markets, improved efficiencies through a digitized recruitment cycle. When comparing with other recruitment platforms, you can see that we overlap with many of the better-known platforms, yet we don't compete with any of them, as our focus is on blue-collar and overseas recruitment. When looking at the competitive analysis, you can see that Workforce 360 is addressing a part of the market that is ignored by other solutions, like the overseas agent marketplace and the high-volume recruiting. The market size in the GCC is as follows. There are over 26,000 companies which have 250 or more employees, and there are over 50,000 overseas recruiting agents globally. In addition to this, based on existing demographics, we believe that by 2030, the number of annual work visas will grow to around 4 million in Saudi Arabia and therefore 6 million in the GCC. Our initial target market are those companies with large workforces of unskilled and semi-skilled workers, like manpower companies, construction, oil and gas, and manufacturing, and all overseas recruitment agents that recruit for the GCC companies. Our business model We charge both parties a subscription and a transaction fee. And we expect that after 5 years, the total revenue will be over $30 million. We are asking for $800,000, which will allow us to hire a sales team in Saudi Arabia and in 7 candidate source countries. This will also allow us to speed up the development of other important modules and launch the product in the UAE at the start of the 2nd year. The $800,000 will give us a runway of 12 months, which will be spent according to the numbers displayed. We are launching our alpha release in January. After that, we have a long list of features and modules to develop that will allow for additional revenue streams in the future. Our go-to-market plan is to start by creating awareness through a digital marketing campaign in Saudi Arabia, followed by participating in some of the regional HR tech events, and then targeting some strategic customers in Saudi Arabia who we will use as our references for future prospects. Let me introduce you to our amazing team. We're a passionate group of individuals with over 60 years of combined experience in the IT, manpower, and media industries. Thank you.
Are you there by any chance? Because are you there?
I am. Can you hear
Awesome.
me?
Oh, wow. Cool. So if we have any feedback, Padmini, would you like to ask any questions?
Sure. Look, I thought the presentation was great. So my question is, how did you come up with the idea itself?
So I actually worked for a company that grew from 9,000 to 45,000 people in manpower business. And my job at the time, was part of running all the central services, including IT, was to try and find a solution for this. And we searched high and low, and we couldn't find one. So we know there's not one out there. I've visited agents overseas, I've spoken to construction companies, manpower companies. There's nothing that connects all of these overseas agents with hiring organizations today.
Yeah,
so I think that's been 6 years in the industry.
Brilliant, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Hi, Karim here. So do you make money for the people that are looking for jobs, or the job postings, or do you make money from the agents? What's your revenue stream again?
Yeah, so there's 2 parts. One is subscription on both sides. It's agents and from the hiring organizations. So from the hiring organizations, we make a transaction fee for every candidate that's hired. And on the agent side, we make a transaction fee using advanced OCR. So if you think of when you have those applications on your mobile phone that can take all the information from a business card and populate a candidate, a contact. Now, when you're doing candidates, you have much more information, much more documents. So it takes them between 20 to 30 minutes to fill out all the information for each candidate in the spreadsheets or the Access database that they use today. By using cognitive services from one of the big providers on the cloud, you can reduce this down to minutes. You scan the document, you process the document, and it essentially extracts the data and populates it. So when we have spoken to the agents, we have proposed $1 per candidate, and that's between 4 to 14 different documents that they would process through the system. And they're all being very positive about this. So we're purely B2B. We don't deal with the end users at all, the candidates themselves.
Okay, the question that I have is this: for this to work, you got to have a massive amount of potential agents or potential candidates in the platform. Now, I get the whole OCR thing, but OCR is quite flaky in terms of quality. So is $1 a pop going to be enough for you to be able to ensure the quality of the candidates?
Yeah, so by doing it online, it actually costs you cents to have it processed. And the thing you get from cognitive services today is it will come back and tell you what probability each field that you have OCR'd is correct or not. So any field that goes below a certain threshold, we would flag them to the person processing it to double check. If it's above 90% probability that it extracted the data correctly, that's much better than when you're doing it manually today, where you're already doing it a lot of data entry errors. And the problem is today with all these documents, you do this manual entry multiple times into different systems because you deal with police clearance, medical reports, visa application, tickets, embassies. So when I mentioned before, between the 7 and 35 steps, today, if you do it manually, you re-enter this data multiple times over. Here it will be captured once, validated once, and then it pushes through to all the different locations.
Okay. Hi there, Alexander. It's Gordon. My question relates to, well, first of all, I'll comment the fact that I love when I hear somebody say that they've looked everywhere for a solution to a problem and they just can't find one, and that's what made them want to go and create it themselves. There's no better reason to kind of start doing a startup than that. For me, though, what I couldn't work out from your presentation, and I noticed that at a later stage you're going to have a CTO and kind of build the thing. Where are you in actually proving this out in terms of showing that you've got a working solution, either one component of it or how much of it's proven?
Yeah, so there's two parts to the answer. I developed this as an in-house product at a company I worked for years ago, and it completely transformed the way we operated. So we had an HR admin department of 130 people, and we could process 1,000 candidates per month manually before. After that, we were able to reduce the headcount to between 55 to 60 and increase to 5,000 a month. So I know the one company dealing with all the agents it dealt with. This time around, it's doing it many hiring organizations to many agents, and as well as creating the marketplace so that you can find the agents overseas, because today you can't, there's no central location. With regards to development, we've been developing the system for over a year now. So we have a development team in Sri Lanka that's been doing the development. And I'm sorry if I left the impression that we're hiring a CTO. We have a CTO. We have a sales and marketing guy, but the majority, all the development today is happening in Sri Lanka.
Okay, thank you.
Done.
And I should mention that we're actually launching our alpha in January now.
How scalable is this idea?
In sense of the number of customers or globally?
Yeah, it appears to me that is actually a very interesting digitalization strategy for a niche market. So the question is if it's scalable.
I believe so, yes. So today, the fastest growing job market in the world is the overseas market. It's the migrant worker around the world. So if you go to International Labor Organization or United Nations, they qualify roughly some 220 odd million people around the world of being migrant workers. So Germany just this summer in July, August, changed the federal law because of the shortage of workers they have. So that they can now bring in 1 million non-EU workers into the country to fill the vacancies they have. So Europe, just Germany alone is 1 million positions to fill there. We identified, the States is huge in this as well. It's the H-1B1 visa, for example, that hires a lot of people, but it's not only the H-1B visa. There's a growing thing around the world, and it's growing roughly, I won't say the percentage right now because they divide it into different sectors. So the area we're focusing on right now is the GCC, and then we're looking at other parts of the world where there's a growing number of migrant workers coming in. And that includes seasonal workers that come for the harvests, for example.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you very much. We need to call it a day because we have just hit the 9:30 mark. And I'm deeply grateful. I'd like to request Karan and Samir to come over. And very, very thankful to you. All of you just put a big round of applause for yourselves for coming on this hybrid model. I'd like to thank all our partners right from the beginning, partners, mentors on our first ever cohort journey at Founder Institute UAE. Thank you so much for staying along with us through the whole trip. We have opened applications for cohort 2, and the program begins on March 02, 2021. And this is where you join, and please do let people know and let's make 2021 a different year, because we are all just going to go from this particular year 2020 onto something bigger. I'd like you to please all just come here for one group picture, whoever's there and stayed with all of us till the end. And why not, please, along with the background. Come on, all of you, just come here. Please, both of you too. Ashir, thank you so much. Area 21. Ramesh, thank you so much for making this so seamless. You're really experts, not a hitch, and it fully goes. Please, all of you standing here, I want you to give both of them a big round of applause there. No, it's not a big round of applause. Come on, a real big round of applause.
Helper.
Thank you all for joining us online today. It's been a pleasure having you all here, and hopefully we will all meet very soon in 2021 for in-person Founder Institute Middle East sessions. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay well, good night, God bless.